Everything seems really Canadian today.
So, Jack, what are we reviewing today?
Oh, that's easy. We've been getting a lot of requests for Star vs. Forces of Evil, so I figured we could review that. Hey, Canada.
No.
Not Canadian cartoons!
My name is Angela. Hey, hello.
Ah! What's up, my fellow pandas? Jack here, and welcome to another episode of Oh Canada,
Oh, Canada!
aka Jack Chats. And today we are celebrating the Canada 150th anniversary. It's Canada Day here. Yes,
Yes, it is.
Canada's 150 years old, and today we decided, hey, let's review a Canadian cartoon.
When Canada gets old, time flies.
I know, right?
I know.
Feels like just yesterday we had Canada.
I was alive for just over 20 of those years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was alive for just under 20.
Same.
Whoop whoop. So, basically, today we are reviewing What's with Andy, which is a Canadian cartoon that I feel is a little obscure.
We tried to find
Pretty
something
obscure.
tolerable. We wanted to
Yeah.
say, hey, Canada, you know what? You're 150. Let's give you a break for a day.
Let's give you let's review one of your cartoons that isn't awful.
Yeah.
Sadly-
You deserve it, Canada.
Sadly, this one becomes pretty bad
Okay,
later on.
For the record, do you know how long we've looked to find a tolerable Canadian cartoon? Like, do you understand?
It was hard.
It took some time.
It took time.
This took effort, and without picking Ed, and Eddie, of course. Without
Yeah,
picking that.
We didn't want to pick something normal,
We
so
want to pick something obvious.
let us dive right into What's with Andy. But first, let me introduce who is here. I am here with Gina.
Hello.
I'm here with the wonderful Reed.
Hello, everyone.
And Canada the Beaver.
Big special guest star this time.
Woo! We haven't really acknowledged him since like episode 1, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, it's been since episode 1 since we acknowledged that beaver. Like, we acknowledged Boom Boom every
We
episode.
reduced him to a poor cameo.
I
But now he's
know.
a guest.
But now Canada the Beaver is our guest today because 150 years.
Canada the Beaver!
Cue applause.
Woo! So, let's dive right into the show. What's with Andy? With story. And for once, I don't have to take a giant breath before I do this.
Yeah, because there's not really much.
Sum up the story, Jack.
The story is a boy named Andy Larkin and his friend Danny. They want to pull off some really sick pranks, bro. So they just go see how far they can take a joke each episode. The end.
Yeah.
That's
Love
literally
it.
it.
Watch the theme song. Watch the first theme song.
Literally, that's it. That's the entire premise.
The
so
first,
simple.
The first
Nothing
theme song
complicated.
sums it up, and that's the show.
So what do you two think of the story? I guess there's not much to talk about here, but let's start with Gina.
Well, when the story is done right, it is done right, and you are laughing the whole way through. When the story is done wrong, it is done extremely wrong and extremely boring, and we're going to talk about this a lot. But there's a huge quality jump in What's with Andy.
Oh.
Season one is great.
Boom, boom, boom.
Season 1 is hilarious. You're laughing the whole way through. And basically, it's exactly what the show promises. A prank, a joke taken too far from start to finish. Season 2 and Season 3, the writing staff switches. Half the voice actors are kicked out and swapped in.
All of them are, except
All-
Andy's.
All of the voice actors
they
are
they
kicked
swapped
out.
their staff. We were looking.
Swapped
They were all
in.
purged.
They swapped
They
their
went on to
staff
better
like
things.
every season, guys. It's not good.
It's not good, Aldi.
Don't go work for them.
Yeah.
You're gonna get fired in a year.
Unless you're the main character. But that's a hard
Unless
position
you're
to
Andy.
fill.
Yeah, unless you're Andy.
So
Hey,
anyway,
what's with that guy?
what's with that?
Well,
guy?
that's the question we have to answer.
What's with
Anyway.
We have to figure out what's with Andy by the end of the episode.
So season
I don't know if we can
2
do it.
What is with
and
that guy?
3. Season 2 and 3. That one, they don't get the plot so right. But I think we're gonna get into some greater details
Well-
with Jack and Reed and throughout this review. We have a lot to say
So-
about that.
Reed?
Alright, well, the story has been summed up pretty well because there's not much to say. But yeah, it's basically a pranking show, and a lot of the pranks are really funny to watch. Season 1 wise, I've seen maybe like 4 episodes yesterday, and I grew up with the show, so obviously I remember some of the other
Same.
pranks, and I remember really liking the show. And then I got to season 2, 3 episodes, and the pacing was a lot slower, and the story was a lot more boring. So,
Okay, guys,
not much else to say.
just gonna be real. Immediately before these reviews, we always brush up with one more episode. That's what we do, right? And we decided to watch a season 3 episode. So usually in a season 1 episode, you're into the action like after 1 minute of exposition.
Yeah.
It took us 15 minutes to get to the prank in this
It's a
episode.
20-minute
And
episode.
it wasn't even that good.
It was
It's a
so
20-minute
boring.
episode.
It
It's
was.
a 20-minute episode and takes 15 minutes to get to plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't very happy. I don't know about you two.
None of us were very happy.
But that's the bad of the show, and it's unfortunate that we watched
Yeah.
doing this review after watching a season 2 or season 3 episode. Because if we watched a season 1 episode, we'd be gushing right now.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to gush about season
We gotta
1.
get to that because
So-
yeah,
What I think of the story is it's there. There's not much story to go from. It's mostly just what's it going to be this week? What am I getting into?
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of quality you're getting into,
well you do depending on the season.
depending on the season, but if you were just to watch this on TV, you don't know what you're getting into.
But you have the internet now, thankfully. So just watch season 1, and you are pretty much
Legally.
Legally.
watch.
We're
season
legally
1.
have to
Word.
say that.
Legally watch season 1.
However you can.
However, you
Wink.
can legally watch season 1.
Watch season 1.
Just watch season 1.
So, I think there's not much to say about the story. Let's move on to the characters. So, there are a few characters. There is Andy, Danny, Lori, Jen, and Mush.
There's
Okay.
a lot more, but
Those
Yeah,
are the
but
main
these are the ones you see like every
the
episode.
parents.
These are the we never see the parents. Come on,
Sometimes we do.
so rarely.
True.
Like after,
Plus, I don't think there's much to say about the parents.
there's not much. They're generic parents. The end. Right. So, let's start with Reed and Andy.
Oh, I get Andy. All right.
Yeah. What's
What's
with
with that
Andy?
guy?
What's with
Like
Andy?
seriously, what's with that guy?
We-
What's with Andy?
Although I may not be able to answer what's with Andy, sadly. If you came here trying to answer the age-old question, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. But to shorten,
We'll do it
to sum
by
it
the end of
up,
this episode.
he is the prankmeister. He comes up with very convoluted pranks, and I don't know if this still stays. Like, I know a lot of things changed in season 2 and 3, but in season 1, a lot of his pranks are pretty well planned out and
Oh, yeah.
Like he doesn't just do basic stuff. Like he's got some really crazy pranks going on. So he's the prankmeister.
He's the prank master. Gina,
If I,
you're gonna summarize Danny
can
quickly.
I say
The
something?
sentence.
Just add on to Andy. Just one
Sure.
thing.
Yeah.
Andy is Ferris Bueller, except not
That's
a
true.
except
That's
not
true.
a sociopath. Andy
Yeah.
You
is
subscribe to that theory?
yes.
That's just a theory.
Andy
A
actually-
film theory. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm making
hey,
it all
wrong
cringe.
channel. Wrong channel. But you can go to that channel later. It's a pretty awesome one.
Hey, you're
Where's
trying
the
to
what's
change
with
the
Andy
rules.
theories?
I said later.
Maybe he could answer.
I
us with-
said later.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So, with Andy also, though he's a prankster, it's nice to see that when his jokes do go too far or if he hurts someone, he does lay off and he does try to make things right. As shown in that one episode where he prank called this one kid
Yep.
about winning a bunch of money and
Oh,
realized
yeah.
this kid, his family was just poor and broke and they needed money to pay for a surgery, and Andy was devastated. He screwed up, so he found a way through pranking to get a bunch of money for this kid.
He actually
went all out.
he went all out to actually simulate the kid winning the contest. He raised the money.
He dressed up as a monkey.
He dressed up as a monkey because he tried to give the kid just the money, and he's like, no, it has to be presented to me by the monkey and the girl. So he goes and dresses up like an old lady, dresses an old lady up like the girl, and dresses himself up like a monkey.
Yeah.
So
Just
he
to
can
make this kid happy.
just to make him happy. Oh, and this kid's a complete jerk about all of it. I'm just
Like,
gonna
he's
say
getting
it.
money. Like,
This
come on.
kid
Like,
is
he
getting
got, it's not just any money, $500, okay?
$500. This guy dressed up like a monkey for you. What more could you really want?
Yeah.
Like this.
I'm sorry, I'm talking over you guys with this. Oh, okay. But like,
So Danny,
Danny, to the point, depending on what season.
he changes every season,
Yeah.
and he
So-
gradually gets worse.
Danny in season 1, I love him. He's great. Danny is that snarky friend that's basically chirping you all the time, and it's fun. Season 2 and 3 suddenly, do we talk about the part where he swapped voice actors? He's now Buster from Arthur for some reason.
Yeah.
And he's calling Andy Master.
That's kind of uncomfortable.
And Danny's the black friend calling Andy Master, and I'm like, did we think about this writers?
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm gonna be
Hi?
honest. I looked
Hi?
at that and I was like,
Hi?
hey, this is not okay.
Little red flag. Little red flag over here. Not a Canadian flag. Well, not.
Yeah. Not a Canadian one.
Not a Canadian flag.
There we go.
No, number one with this one. Nope. Nope. That's a no.
Sorry, Jack. You can't be number 1 right now.
Blame Canada.
Blame
Blame Canada.
Just play that South Park clip instead. Okay, so, but other than that, in season 2 and 3, Danny also becomes really selfish and
Oh my god.
like
Yeah.
he will sabotage Andy's pranks
A lot.
if he gets jealous, if someone's taking his spotlight, or if he doesn't get enough spotlight, and he will do some things. I'm like, boy, just calm down.
Just
like,
talk to him about it. Like, you
talk
have
to him about how you feel.
Yeah.
Share your feelings.
There you go. But then again, that would take up like 20 minutes of the episode.
That's true. You know what? 20
Just be 20 minutes of them talking about their feelings.
I want this episode.
Oh god.
like Danny on Andy on a date or something.
Hey, they haven't been canceled yet. It could happen.
Technically.
We're waiting.
It's so weird. So now we're gonna. I guess I'm gonna do. Jan.
Jen?
Jan. They keep pronouncing her name differently. I think it's Jen, though.
It's
The
Jen.
Wikipedia says Jen.
It's
I'm going Jen.
It's
We're
Jen.
sticking with Jen.
It's Jen.
Okay. Jen is just kind of the sister who's fed up with Andy's crap.
Yeah. You can't blame her. I mean,
Yeah, you can't blame her. She's fed up with it though. Like she doesn't. She's usually opposed to it. She's very similar to Candace Flynn, honestly. She reminds me of
Candace is like,
No, like in the way like she just doesn't want to have anything to do with this. Like
yeah.
fair.
Candace is
without
more
the-
caring, I think.
She reminds me more of the sister in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Who Candace is based off of, so I'm close enough.
Oh, you know
There
what?
you go.
Fair enough. I didn't know
It's a
that.
triangle.
Yeah.
It's a triangle. You're right, Reed. Reed, it's the Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity of
Trinity.
Big Sister characters!
Holy
Oh,
Trinity.
God.
It's the Triforce of big sisters who just start. I don't know what this archetype is.
Sisters who are done with their brother's crap?
Yeah.
Yeah. They all have slightly different ways of dealing
Oh.
with it too.
Perfect.
They do. So that's my summary of her. We're gonna go to Read for Lori.
Lori, okay. Yeah,
Depending on
Lori.
the season.
I don't know. I can't say too much
Depends
about
on
her.
the time of day.
It really depends on the season. In the first season, you know, she's nice, she's soft. She really doesn't like Andy's pranks, which stays consistent. It's just in the later seasons, she gets much more aggressive about it. Like she's yelling at Andy for like simple pranks,
For a
like the
joy buzzer.
Like, okay, we get it. You don't like it, but you don't have to yell at him. Like,
Like,
jeez.
like on her birthday episode, she
Yeah.
was actually kind of chill that he pranked afterwards. Like, you know what? These guys are losers anyway. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
In the early episodes, she was very chill about most things.
like Reed said,
Yeah.
the one episode we just recently watched, she yells at him
Yeah,
for
she
a
gets so
joy
aggressive.
buzzer.
It's like, whoa, Lori.
But listen, man, realistically though, the birthday wasn't really a prank. It was just Chubby Bunnies gone
Yeah.
very wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, Chubby Bunnies, good
That was
times.
a good
I
episode.
never thought Chubby Bunnies could be so hilarious.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay, so we're gonna go to you for final character Mush.
Mush. Mush is Mush. Mush is always chill. I think he stayed the same for your soul way.
Yeah, he's probably the most consistent character.
Mush is a good guy. He helps Andy and Danny with pranks. He's just chill. He's there,
Doesn't give a
delivers
crap.
pizza to the boot.
He does. He delivers
does.
pizza.
He delivers pizza.
Anyone who delivers pizza is a good person in my books.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Should
If
we-
Mush came to my house, I would tip him. Like, I would tip him
Exactly.
good.
Tip him.
You know, I'd go for a pizza.
I could go for a pizza.
You know, guys, for $5 a day,
For $5 a day,
you
could
can
buy
buy
us
us a
pizzas.
pizza.
And for another $5, you can get Mush to do it.
Oh.
Oh,
Now
$5
we're
a day, you guys can buy us a pizza.
Nah, actually,
Not
Mush would
really.
probably be a bit more pricey. Mush is too good for us. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
he's too good for us.
Mush is like at
We'll
least
never get Mush.
So,
It's a shame.
with-
but-
$100 per pizza. Like honestly.
With 6 minutes left on the timer. Yeah, it's no longer a phone on the floor, by the way.
Yeah.
He upgraded to a computer right there. Yeah, under the camera. So, we're gonna move on to execution.
Execution.
Did I just
There
say
we go.
Duvon?
Execution.
You did say Duvon, I think.
Duvon.
I'm so fancy now. My Canada jersey.
Duvon.
Duvon.
I don't even know what that
Duvon.
means, though.
What's that?
It's like a mixture of do and move on to.
Oh,
whatever.
Just like hoomst. Oh God.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me while I pop.
I'm not gonna
I don't
go
know,
there.
You do this. Oh, you go here.
What?
Never mind.
What?
I don't know what just happened.
What's
Okay.
happened on the set?
So, let's move on to execution. Gina, what do you think of the execution? While you dress up Boom Boom in a Canada
Who
number
wants
one.
to share their Canada spirit for everyone to see?
So the execution of once with Andy,
Oh,
as we're being idiots, but we're lovable idiots, I hope. Hopefully. Okay, so the execution. Once with Andy in the first season is executed very well. They establish what they want to do pretty much right away in the episode. There's always a reason for Andy to prank. And not just because he feels like it. Normally, there's either a big event, and you're like, yeah, that would be really hilarious to see a prank at. Or this would be a really good person to prank because this person genuinely deserves it.
Yeah.
Like, it's always a huge prank. And you're rooting for Andy to do this because you just think in your back of your mind, this would be hilarious if this kid pulls this off. So throughout the whole episodes, it's just this guy trying to sneak around, not get caught with this prank. And this is the way the show should be.
It's
Meanwhile, a bunch of side characters are often get actually some genuinely funny lines. Like we were watching the one episode where they went to a fancy party and the cops were asked, so how do you intend to
Oh my
protect
God.
this party?
Donald Trump, the
Up the
police
sec-
officer.
Oh, God.
How do you up the
I haven't seen
security?
this one.
And the security guards give him such a Donald Trump answer. It's like, we plan on increasing security by increasing the security. And it's like, yes.
You might as well have just added in, and the security will be huge.
And we
And
were
we'd be good.
we were crying. That joke was just too appropriate for the moment.
It was kind of beautiful.
And season 2 and 3, this is all gone. The characters are no longer guiding the plot. Suddenly, it's just
Plot.
plot. Yeah.
The characters are just kind of there, and yeah.
They're not taken advantage of. It's a real shame because suddenly it takes forever to get to the plot. It's almost like
15 minutes forever.
yeah, it's like are we trying to do Seinfeld because it's not working? This is a pranking show.
I'd go for some Seinfeld, right?
Yeah, but this is not Seinfeld. If Seinfeld at least has characters driving
Oh,
the plot.
Seinfeld?
We should watch that.
Seinfeld's good.
Let's watch some Seinfeld.
I'm
We
getting
can't review
distracted.
it
We have
sadly,
like
but
3
we
minutes
can watch
left.
it.
Okay,
But yeah, you get the point. Someone else give it a
so
go.
read execution.
Alright, well, since we already talked about the pacing quite a bit, I'll talk about the awesome theme song from the first season.
Do it, Reed.
Stuck,
What's
I can't
Andy?
do it,
Oh, it's-
but it's stuck in my head, and I love it. And then the second and third, well, the third one I heard, and it was just, I don't know, it wasn't as good to me. I like the first one a lot. So, speaking on soundtrack, if I'm just judging on the first season theme song, they got it. What's with Andy stuck in my head?
Preach.
Anything else on
Um,
execution?
And then I agree with the pacing. Like the first season, the prank starts pretty much right away. You're not going to get bored like listening to all the story build up and that kind of thing. And I think that was good. Like you don't need a lot of story to do these pranks. Just let them, develop as they go. And then third season, they like spend like 15 minutes on the story. And by the time the prank happens, it's just kind of underwhelming. So,
Hmm.
you know.
So, what's with Andy? Well, first of all, I just want to say, when Reed was talking about the theme song, the first one is so iconic.
It is.
Because when I went on Cartoon Amino, I have that now, so if you guys are watching, feel free to follow me on it. I think I have more followers on it than I have subscribers, though. Right? So, when I asked who's heard of it, one guy, who I love now forever, just wrote in the comments, well, what's with Andy? Well, what's with Andy? Like, he just wrote out the first theme song, and I love him for life. Or her. Whoever this person is, I love you for life. You made my day.
This awesome possible
Like,
person.
you made my day. So now the actual execution of the show. What's with Andy? The first season was above average. It really wasn't anything too special, but I think it was still really funny and enjoyable, and it was a lot of fun with good characters. You know? They often took one joke and just saw how far they could push it till it's done. And it was fun to watch. The later seasons, though, this show went through production hell. It starts off with one staff, then the next season has an entirely different one. The next one, entirely different one. So each season is like watching a completely different show. One is above average. The other two are below average. They're not good. Season 2 and 3, I'm just going to say, are straight up bad.
Which is unfortunate.
Which is very unfortunate, and I'm very disappointed about that because I really liked it. Like, the soundtrack even in Season 2 and 3, it goes from this kind of stereotypical
90s.
like 90s sound to
Yeah.
this wah, 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 wah. It's like duck noises basically. And it's really, really bad.
I'm not gonna
That's
hear duck noises from the soundtrack
You can!
now.
You can! And you know what? It's bad. I know we're over time, so I'm just gonna wrap this up. It's not good. Like, the animation goes down. They take out little details. Like, when Andy does these little cutaway things where he talks to the audience, in Season 1, everything would freeze in the background and it turned gray. You know, almost like a play or something. It has a very
Cool.
Ferris Bueller vibe
Yeah.
to it. But in Seasons 2 and 3, they just stopped doing it. Everything recedes in the background, and you're just like, does Andy hear voices? You know? Who's he talking to? It's not as charming. So, with that, we're going to move on to final thoughts and ratings. Start with Reed.
Yeah, Reed.
Rating
Yeah.
and potential rating and final thoughts.
So, for my rating, if I had to judge, like, I really wish I could judge it just on the first season, because I would give it a much higher rating.
I'm in the same boat, man.
But if I had to judge, like, the whole series, I guess, like, taking into account, probably maybe, like, a 6.5 or a 6. If it was just the first season, I'd want to give it, like, a 7, because it's really enjoyable, and I like watching it, and I'd watch it on repeat, even. Potential rating, if they ever come back to it, I don't know if they might. I don't know. I don't see it really going there. Unless they retrieve, like, all of the old animators and cast.
It's true. Fun fact about the show, never officially canceled. They just didn't make more episodes, but they could still come back any second. It's been 10 years, so they're probably not going to.
Yeah, but final thoughts, you know, it's an okay show. It's good compared to most Canadian animation. It's just a shame what happened later on. So, yeah.
So, Gina, what do you think?
What do I think? I think if you are looking for Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the cartoon, this is probably the way to go. Especially if you like that kind of humor style, want to see something small blow up into something big, watch What's with Andy. However, watch Season 1. And only Season 1. The rest of it, you could just kind of toss that lightly into the trash, or roughly into the trash, it depends.
If an episode of Season 2 or 3 pops up on your computer, throw your computer in the dumpster, because it is now infected.
Yes, we highly recommend taking that in. So,
Take extreme precautions.
yes.
Extreme.
So, I'm going to give it 2 different reviews because of this. Season 1, I am going to give it a 6.8 out of 10. I know I'm going to 0.8s, I don't know why, but you know what, it's just not
Again
quite...
with the point 8.
It's not quite a 7 for me, but it's not a 6.5. It's a little bit
That's
better
fair.
for me
Yeah.
than that, because
Okay.
I was laughing the whole way through in Season 1. Season 2 and 3, there's too many plot holes, the characters are just dead, and suddenly the plot is carrying the story and not the characters, like in the past season it was. So for that, I'm giving it only a 5.
And your potential rating?
Potential? unfortunately, if they continue this, I can only foresee it becoming worse. So in future seasons, like a 4. Like,
Yeah.
if they keep changing staff like this,
It's true.
just based off the path they're taking. Jack.
This is hard because I want to just look at the first season because it was great, but I gotta look at the full thing. And the full thing, if two-thirds of it are bad, 2/3, that's a lot. That's 66%. Sadly, I'm gonna go lower than you guys for once. I'm going 5.5 out of 10. Season 1, if season 1 alone, probably would have been like a 6.5 or a 7. But I'm rating the whole thing. And it gets so bad and hard to watch. Total, it's just average. It's 5.5. Potential meter is a 4 out of 10. Because you know what? At the end of the day, this show is still better than what it should have been.
You know,
With a premise like this,
True.
it should not have been this good in the first season, but they pulled it off in the first season. And if they ever did come back, I would like to see them bring back the first season people because they did such a good job. But if you keep going the path they're going right now, then just pull the plug. Don't leave it in limbo. It's the worst fate a cartoon could have, really.
to be honest, I do feel that season 1 should be given a chance, though. And I can't remember who brought this one thing up, but yeah, in did we even talk about season 3, like how Danny just backstabs Andy by like...
We mentioned it, I think.
Did we?
Just a
Like, because
bit,
people
yeah.
are getting angry for no reason in these new seasons.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
We are way over time, though.
I'm sorry. I forgot if we brought this up, and I was like,
Yeah, we did.
I just wanted to clarify.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Because, I
We
was
did now.
There it is. Boom.
If you guys
There
want
you go.
further thoughts, just ask it in the comments, and
Season 1,
and thou shall receive.
definitely go watch season 1. It's great. You'll actually have a good time. After
Yeah.
that,
You'll have a great time.
season 1, you'll laugh. You'll smile. It might even just make your day.
So with that, that's all for this episode. Leave a like, leave a comment, and please don't forget to subscribe and tell each other that you're beautiful. If you subscribe to our channel, by the way, you will find more fun reviews with us and other people, as well as original cartoons every once in a while that are a lot of fun to watch. We are on social media, Cartoon Amino included. They will be in the description. You guys are beautiful. Bye!
Happy Canada Day!
Happy
Oh,
Canada
thanks.
Day!
Happy 150!
Woo!
Woo!